Which one is that? Facebook? All right. What's that noise?
Yeah, you hear that too? I think
Yeah.
that's your mic. Let me see.
Oh, my mic.
Yeah, I don't hear it when I unclick you.
Okay. All right. We look like we good. Let me look at the status. Everything's rolling. Um, I think. Hold on.
I just turned your mic all the way down. See if you still picking up yourself.
Hello. Yeah.
You are?
Yeah.
How about now? Oh, I can't hear you either. All right, how about now?
He won't let you go? Thank you, sir. Kentwood roster. You want a picture of it? Yeah, look, check with the announcer in there, in the blue chair, blue shirt, sitting down. All right.
It's not about really what you're doing. You got to know why you're doing it. We have the makings of a great team, but you got to know why you're doing what you're doing. Everything we do, you have to know your why.
Tired of me. Tired of me.
God will provide for me. Hands up.
And welcome to the Hawks Nest. My name is James Smokey Leonard, along with the ball coach, Brandon Robinson. This is Hawks football 21-22.
Oh, yeah.
22-23. I'm sorry, we're making mistakes already, Coach, but here we go. Jamboree here at the Hawks Nest. Brand new coach, Coach Chris Gordon, come over from Amite High to take over St. Helena Hawks. Hawks played a scrimmage game a week ago in Clinton. Looked pretty good in that. But I want to welcome to my booth this year with me, we working home and away game, Coach Brandon Robinson, the girls basketball coach here at St. Helena. How you doing tonight, Coach?
I'm doing great, Smoke. I just want to say thank you for this opportunity that you're giving me. Super excited for this upcoming year. Watch this St. Helena Hawks program just take new heights this year. Like you said, Coach Chris Gordon's first year at the helm. Super excited on what he's been installing here at St. Helena, and definitely things are headed in the right direction for sure.
Well, you know, he came in with a teaching attitude, and I've been around a long time in this program, and this is about as fast as I've seen them take to any coach since we've been here. So maybe that can equate to some wins here this year as the Hawks take on a brand new district going back in 7-2A.
Right.
With the North Lake Christians, the St.
Thomas
Aquinas, Springfield, and those guys. When we was in there last time, they wanted to hurry up and get us out of there because we were beating up people pretty good.
Yes,
that
indeed.
time.
I remember those days for sure. You know, just from my high school experience, I played at St. Thomas Aquinas, so I know St. Helena in that district. But back in my day, you know, we used to beat up on St. Helena.
Well, you probably were playing with the Robinson kid, huh?
Yeah, well, that's my brother.
That's
actually.
your brother?
Yep,
Yeah.
that's my brother. You know, Byron Robinson. Even in my high school days, St. Helena had some really good talent. That's one thing about St. Helena. The talent is here. We just got to get the most out of our kids for sure.
Well, we're coming in with a brand new quarterback this year. He's the point guard, shooting guard on the basketball team, Antoine
Right.
Baker. Looks to have a strong arm, especially when he's throwing to this kid number 3. I think he's kind of hidden. Dravian Harness. I call him Hollywood.
Yeah, Hollywood, Dravian Harness. You know, I had a good opportunity coaching a Dravian his 8th grade year at Independence. So Baker definitely has a playmaker that he can get the ball to this year for sure because
St. Helena really got a young offensive line from tackle to tackle. Actually, the center is Braylon Muse. His brother was a center here when the St. Helena last heydays.
Right.
With Sabo, when Sabo was here. What a great tradition we have here at St. Helena.
And what's a good thing about Braylon being a center, you know, he's only a freshman, so he's getting good, valuable minutes right now in varsity. That's only going to translate to his experience by the time he become a junior. He's going to be rocking and rolling, getting experience right now.
Well, Kentwood coming in with a small ball club, but they're Kentwood.
They're Kentwood. They definitely fight a lot.
From corner to corner. An established coach, numerous of championships they've won there in Kentwood. Can't say enough about what Coach Foster has done with that ball club since he took over for Coach Correa.
Yeah, Coach Foster for sure. He's one person that one thing you're going to get out of him and his players that they're going to fight to the end. Kentwood, they might be don't have the numbers, but they have the heart for sure. So Kentwood is always going to be solid, and them moving back down to 1A is only going to help them out in that program.
Well, you're right. Coach Foster, he got a fairly good staff. Matter of fact, got a super staff, because if you look at the assistants, all of them wore the blue and purple, the blue and orange of Kentwood, like Jeremy Brown, Blunt, Coach Terry Hookfin, Cryer. All these guys are big stars in Kentwood, and they go back home and coach. And that's one
and give
really,
back.
They come out with a good team every year.
Yeah, and like you said, I know Coach Cryer. He's a good track coach over there, and Coach Brown is, so they have speed. I know, coming moving forward, they probably gonna try to get the ball to their playmakers and try to get them out in space and use their speed to their advantage.
Well, I know they would like nothing more than to come in here and beat up and push the Hawks around since they're so close to us. It's just unfortunate that they're not going to be able to do that tonight.
Oh, definitely not. Like I say, with our experience, skill-wise, we're going to match up just fine. But I think it's going to come down to the quarterback play tonight between Antoine Baker. If he can show those leadership skills and make those smart decisions, St. Helena should not have a problem tonight.
I think Tyler Hookfin is going to be the quarterback for the Roos. He was the quarterback last year, a year ago, when the Hawks went up there and had a beautiful game. The Hawks came in and beat them all over the field, but Kentwood is Kentwood. They came back and tied the score up. I think they went ahead on the Hawks, and Hawks had 49 seconds and drove the ball down the field, and Tanner made a miraculous catch in the south end zone up there.
You're right about that. One thing, penalties hurt, and if you remember that game, Kentwood, they got a little bit too happy after that celebration. They ended up getting like a 15-yard penalty on the kickoff. So that helped us, St. Helena, get better field position to even use that time to go down there and score.
That's right, and the coach called 2 sideline pattern right quick, and the quarterback was able to hit him, and then he went for all the money down the middle of the field, and Tanner stretched out and brought it home. And we're just about maybe 10 minutes or so away from kickoff here. Okay. I'd like to congratulate House of Duchess Fashion Boutique owner in Amite by Mrs. Mary and Ayada B. Fine lady suits, dresses, and business attire, church attire, jewelry, and more. Go over at 1101 West Oak Street in Amite, Louisiana. Tell them Smokey sent you. Her brother and I went to high school together. Congratulations, Duchess. Okay. CTM Sweet Shop, 313 Stetman Street, Greensboro, Louisiana. Owned by Mr. Martin. I was over there today at lunchtime, and he said, look, man, now, holla loud when you're talking about my commercial, because he's going to be here, and he'll be open tonight after the game. You hungry? Couldn't get no good stadium food here tonight? Go over or call him at 985-514-9958.
And I'm going to tell you right now, I've been over there to CTM Sweet Shop. If you see lasagna on the menu or that Salisbury steak, you might need to run over there pretty fast because they will sell out. But that food is amazing over there.
And we're just, I would say, 15 minutes or so from kickoff. All right. All right.
The best that you could be.
Hey y'all, my name is Keisha Davis, and I'm a filmmaker from Louisiana, and I'm here to talk to you about my newest film, Burnt Rue. In 1960s rural Louisiana, a young black woman has only the afternoon to prepare a perfect roux, but she is thrown off track by a supernatural interruption. I've always been really fascinated by the women on my mother's side of the family, specifically because I felt like they never got the opportunity to maybe do the things that they desired to do. They more so had to take care of their family. They were alive in a time where women didn't have as many freedoms as we do now, and I feel like I'm so free today, and so for that, I just want to honor them. Amelia is this stubborn 19-year-old black woman living in the 60s, and she's seeing all these movements, and she wants to be a part of it. Amelia is preparing a roux, which is a very common Louisiana base, I guess, for dishes, which is just half flour, half fat, which is typically butter, and you stir that bad boy until it's brown enough. As she's making this roux, she's trying to prepare to leave to go join the Black women's suffrage movement, and she gets interrupted. Amelia has to make a choice. Does she stay at home and take care of the family like all the other women before her have, or does she do something totally different that's really scary, that may not work, and that she has no blueprint for? You will be a little uncomfortable in this film because some strange things will be happening, but you will also feel a little bit of a bittersweetness. We have a beautiful location that is called the Los Isleños Museum Complex, which is this great property that preserves historical homes. So we have 100-year-old homes that kind of show you what people in Louisiana lived like 100 years ago. I am deeply inspired by all the Black female directors that have come before me. Specifically, two films that come to mind are Eve's Bayou and then Daughters of the Dust, and they have a really strong sense of place. And I love that about those films, and that's something that I want to bring into my film. I really want to set the world up that we're in 1960s Louisiana. So a big chunk of our budget is going to be going towards production design because this is a period piece, and we really want to make this look and feel like 1960s rural Louisiana. Costumes and hair and makeup that are all historically accurate to the 1960s. If you were to give to this glorious film, you'd be supporting a really hard-working cast and crew, travel expenses, post-production costs. Every little bit helps. $20, $200, $2,000 if you feeling generous. Okay, I'm gonna stop there. Thank you so much for your support. We cannot wait to bring Burnt Rue to you. Thank God you don't have to eat it, you just have to watch it. Sorry, I just couldn't. Okay.
It's not about really what you're doing. You got to know why you're doing it. We have the makings of a great team, but you got to know why you're doing what you're doing. Everything we do, you have to know your why.
Tired of me. Tired of me. My dad.
God will
Lie for me.
Hands up.
Hey, football fans. Didn't have a chance to pick up dinner before coming to the game? No problem. The concession stand has all your Thursday evening eats, sweets, and treats. Going over for a hot dog. How about a hot dog with chili? How about a hot dog with cheese? How about a hot dog with chili and cheese? And what about nachos? That's right, nachos with chili. Nachos with cheese. You guessed it, nachos with chili and cheese. And don't forget about the Frito. And for the kiddies, we have candy and chips. And on a warm South Louisiana evening, don't forget to hydrate with water, sodas, or Powerade.
It's just a wonderful thing for the town of Greensboro.
Yeah, they love to run the ball and like to do those other quick hit passes.
Just play your game and be the best that you could be.
It's not about really what you're doing. You got to know why you're doing it. We have the makings of a great team, but you got to know why you're doing what you're doing. Everything we do, you have to know your why.
Proud of me. Proud of me. My dad.
God will.
Proud of me.
Hands up.
And the Hawks come in on the field to this 2022 Jamboree as Coach Chris Gordon leads out his first ball club here at the Hawks Nest. My name is James Smokey Leonard. We're on Go Sports TV. Standing to my right is the coach of women basketball at St. Helena, Coach Brandon Robinson. How you doing tonight, Coach?
I'm doing great tonight, Coach. You know, it's a good Thursday night for Jamboree football. Louisiana high school football is back.
Well, you're right. Kentwood taking on the Hawks here tonight. The Kentwood coming out with their orange headgear, gray jerseys, orange numerals, and white pants. The Hawks coming in here with their white shirts, eagle wings on the shoulders, black pants, black headgear. And we just about ready to go here for some high school football.
Super excited for this moment. I know these young kids has been putting in a lot of work. Both teams has put a lot of work this summer, so we're expected to see some good football here tonight.
Well, look like the Hawks going to be kicking off to the Roos. Roos will be moving from our right to our left. The They waited on St. Helena kicking team to take the field. Kentwood been waiting. They probably got something in their mind from last time these two clubs met as the Hawks trot on their 11. Look to be a quick, agile 11 that they sitting on the kickoff team. Back deep for the Roos. That's on number 10, Jeremy Brown Jr.
That's a speedster. He was
And look like Carter, number 1. Kicking off for the Hawks, going to be number 7, Trey Scales. And he is on the way. End over end kick. Coming down to Carter at the 10. Up the middle, breaks out to the right hash mark. Knocked down at the 32 by a host of Hawks. Led in there by number 15, Chaddock Mayton.
So I'm super excited to see what this new defensive coordinator, Mr. Singleton, is going to come out with. Once again, he's a Amite guy. He's taking over him as defensive coordinator. So get to see these Hawks defense for the first time.
Well, this is Coach Singleton's second time around here at the Hawks Nest as he put 4 down linemen. Look like they got 2 linebackers and the rest of the corners are nickel backs. And Kentwood come out with 3 receivers to the near side. Back flank to the right side of the quarterback. Number 12 look like that is Wilson. Man in motion. And they missed a handoff and the quarterback right up the middle on the busted play. Picked up about 5-6 yards up to about the 42.
And it's the good tackle by number 3, Adravian Harness.
That was a broken play that time, Coach, but he was able to salvage 7-8 yards out of it. It's going to bring up second down and 4. Look like a lot closer to 3 than 4, but we're going to call it 4. Two receivers to the near side, 1 to the top of the field. That's 2 to the top of the field, back to the left. And he throws a little quick pass out here on a turn up, and number 17 down to the 35, 36 yard line. Singleton on the carry, Milson on the catch there. Rayvon Moore was the catch. Wilson.
Kentwood Kangaroos come out in a stack set. 2 wide receivers on near side, 2 to the wide.
This time Wilson is in the shotgun again, back flank to the right with a double stack. And they blow it dead as 51 stepped into the neutral zone. Let's see if St. Helena defense can muster up some strength here. Haven't been able to penetrate the line of the Roos. This time they come out in the same set.
Still first down and 5.
This time they give it to the back, strikes through the hole, and knocked down by Scales. After a pickup of maybe 1, that is Burton on the carry, Demarion Burton. Robertson on the stop for the Hawks. Same set for the Roos. He backs up and in and out of the hand on a slant route. That was a quick slant route in there, but Wilson missed him. It's going to bring up second down and a short 2.
Correct that. That's third down.
Third down and a short 2.
Good thing we see about our St. Helena Hawks, see if they can get a stop on a third down here.
two backs in the backfield, single receivers, and they give it to one as he tries to turn the corner, going to make the first down. Gets to the outside, down the sideline, and he got a face mask on that far side over there. He pulled him down at about the 9. Holding on the rules.
That holding pull pushes Kentwood back 10 yards. It's still third down. We're looking at about a 3rd and 7 right here.
37 for the Rules as they send 3 receivers here to the near side. 1 to the far side. One back set, flank to the left of Wilson. Looks to the sideline, reset the back to the right. 2-step drop, and he has nowhere to go. Hits the safety field, and it's going to be a 4th down and knocked out of bounds inside the 29-yard line. Well, the Hawks played fairly good defense on that play.
They did. The defensive line was able to get some pressure there on that 3rd down and cause a good 4th down right here. We're going to see what Kentwood looks like. They're leaving their offense on the field.
First 4th down of the year, Kentwood. 2-by-2 on the receivers, 1 back set. And that's going to be a 3-step drop. They flushed him out of there.
Pressure and QB sacked by number 9. That is Willie Martin.
Willie Martin on the sack, and the Hawks take over on down. And what a good series defensively for the Hawks.
That's a good series for on St. Helena Hawks for this first drive of this Jamboree. If your defense can come out and get a 3 and out, key drive, offense is going to have that momentum going forward.
Well, you're right, Coach. Let's see what we can do on the offense side of the ball as Antoine Baker come in with his team. He'd be wearing number 2. In the backfield with him is going to be
number 17, Miguel Bonds.
Well, 17 is going to be Miguel Bond. 2 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side. They hand it off to Bond. Bond straight up the A gap to about 3-4 yards. Let's give him 2 yards.
Got a player down.
Got a player down, injured timeout, and we'll take a short break right here. The Hawks come back out after the injury. Got 2 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side. Miguel Bond in the backfield with Baker. Martin's in motion. Hand off to
cut back by Miguel Bonds.
Busted wide open.
And you got a first down, Hawks.
As he gets to the midfield stripe, Miguel Bond right up the A gap for a big yard for the Hawks. 1st and 10.
And Miguel Bonds is only a freshman running back right now for the Hawks. Christopher Gordon Jr.
As Bond reset, 3 receivers to the near side, 1 to the top of the field. Baker looks to the sideline. Snaps back. throws it out there to Hollywood on the first side, and Harness let it fall through his hand. He was wide open on the first side over there, Coach.
You know, that sometimes you get those jitters. The first time touching the ball in Jamboree, you get those nervousness out of him. I don't see that happening too much.
No, not with this young man, because he was the star of the show. We could go in the scrimmage against Clinton.
Comes down to second down to 10. And your ball is on a 50-yard line.
2nd and 10. We got Scales in now as the third down back. Flank to the right.
DJ Singleton in the slot.
And that's a good rush in there by the interior line from the Roos for a big loss.
That sack right there was by Mr. Christopher Gordon Jr. from Kentwood.
Just that's funny because our head coach is named Christopher Gordon. You look on the rules, he got Christopher Gordon Jr.
I wonder if they have any type of relation.
Probably not.
So it's third down for our Hawks. It's looking about a 3rd and 16 here. Let's see what our Hawks can do on this big third down play.
2 receivers on both sides, 1 back in the backfield. Got good pressure in there from Kentwood. He steps up, tries to get to the outside, turns the corner, and steps out of bounds at about the 46-yard line.
It's gonna leave the Hawks with a 4th and 5. Let's see what type of decision our coach Gordon is going to make.
Well, it looked like he's leaving the offensive unit out there. It's going to be 4th and a nickel, as you said. And they're going to call a timeout right here as they got confusion and getting into the play. And we'll take a timeout right here. All right. This portion of the game is brought to you by CTM Sweet Shop, 313 Stedman Street in Greensboro, Louisiana. If you're feeling hungry, extended game day hours they're going to have over there, a regular menu. Come see us after the game. CTM Sweet Shop. House of Duchess, Amite Fashion Boutique, Honor, Mary, and Iowa B. You can find ladies' dress suits, dresses, business attire, church attire, just about whatever you need. Just go over to Duchess, right next to Mike Catfish.
And please make sure you follow those House of Duchess on Instagram and Facebook.
That's correct. Big play for the Hawks offense. They come out with a 2x2 set. Scales in the backfield with Baker. You got Harness.
DJ Singleton.
And DJ Singleton.
Chaz Oliver
as the receivers. Let's see if they try to hit a slant pattern here. And that's going to be a quick pick, what I had in mind, and that surprised everybody as it rolls in over in down to about the 9-yard line. That was a smart play to call right there.
Yeah, sometimes you want that offense to earn every yard that they get. You know, the defense did a good job that first series closing them Hawks off, those Kentwood Rules offense out. So let's see if they can move the football.
No score here. 5:56 to go in the first quarter of this Jamboree contest between the Kentwood Kangaroos and the St. Helena Hawks. Friday night football in Louisiana. What a treat.
Hey, football fans, no chance to grab dinner before coming to the game? No problem. The concession stand has all your Thursday evening eats, sweets, and treats. Going down for a hot dog. How about a hot dog with chili? How about a hot dog with cheese? How about a hot dog with chili and cheese? And what about nachos? nachos with chili, nachos with cheese, nachos with chili and jalapeno.
Okay. And the Hawks come back out. First down and 10 for the Roos at the 9-yard line.
Pickles, candy, chips, water, sodas, and Powerade. Right there at the concession stand.
Kentwood Kangaroos first down and 10 on their own 8-yard line.
3 receivers to the top of the field, 1 below us here, and he's going to turn and throw it out there, and the man steps inside of the would-be tackler, and then he gets out of another. Got a fumble over there, but it's going to be out of bounds, look like to Kentwood.
Number 3, Adrian Harness on the receiving end of the pass. Pickup of about 5 yards. It's going to be 2nd and 5 for the Kangaroos.
2 receivers to both sides. 1 back set, flank to the left of Wilson. Snaps back, hands off to the back as he go off the right side of the line, and it moves the chain just a little bit. Look like it ought to be 1 or 2 yards from the first. Burton on the carry.
It's actually going to be a first down for the Kentwood Kangaroos.
The Roos get out of a big hole.
Ball will be on the 19-yard line of Kentwood. We have a double set.
Man in motion to this side, gives it.
He holding on him.
He may have reached at him, but he didn't grab him.
And that's exactly what it is, holding. We're going to replay that down.
That was a bad call right there. But it's early.
That's going to move the ball half the distance to the goal line.
And Kentwood has another shot at getting these 2 points. 13 seconds to go in the quarter. He on the center this time, turned hand off to the back, and he slams it into the zone for 2.
That's going to leave Kentwood 8, St. Helena 0 with 13 seconds left in the first quarter.
13 seconds left in the first period. Kentwood 8, Hawks 0.
It's better to make this mistake, huh?
We would like to thank our viewers on YouTube for watching our production tonight of the St. Helena Hawks versus Kentwood Jamboree. Here, the first game. Once again, we want to thank all the viewers out there that's taking the time out to watch our athletes. Also, our people on Facebook streaming live right now, thank you so much. Continue to support the St. Helena Hawks as the year goes on.
Back deep on the kickoff, you got number 1, Singleton, number 7, Scales, number 4, Marquise Dunn. Pretty good crowd here tonight. I was able to walk out on the ledge. People still coming in. I guess the Warriors are going to have a big crowd for their game.
Hey, I definitely can see the Amite. You know, they're only 10 minutes down the road. They're going to bring a good crowd with them. And, you know, people from Southern Lab, they travel too. You know, Baton Rouge, they would definitely bring a good crowd with them.
And that's going to be a big kick as come back to Scales at the 9. He gets back upfield, turns the corner. As he had to look for behind him, he had another 10 yards up the field. Pretty good run back by Scales.
Going to put the ball on the 34-yard line of the St. Helena Hawks.
1 play left in this quarter. Hawks come out with 2-by-2 receivers. One back set, that's Scales. Flank to the left.
Three down linemen for the Kentwood Kangaroos. Look like there is in a quarter defense.
Snaps back. He steps up.
Pass is broken up by number 10 from Kentwood, Mr. Jermaine Brown Jr.
And that's the end of the first quarter. And we'll take a break with the Hawks on the short end of the stick. The Rules 8, the Hawks nothing.
It's just a wonderful thing for the town of Greensboro.
Yeah, they love to run the ball and like to do those little quick hit passes.
Just play your game, be the best that you could be.
not about really what you're doing. You got to know why you're doing it. We have the makings of a great team, but you got to know why you're doing what you're doing. Everything we do, you have to know your why.
Tired of me. Tired of me. I'm dead.
God will
Provide for me.
Hands up.
Two different numbers. The clerical mistake, man. Huh? 36. You ain't gonna see him on the field. You see him on the sideline. Ralph, you want a shirt like that, or you want a black shirt like that? Hey, it's got me inside. It's burning up. Okay, we cheat. It's just like you cheat. You even cheat in the league. We cheat. How? We had a boy running on you. You stopped him from playing. He out cheating. Hey, listen. See how he do that? When y'all cheat, you want to play with somebody else. Hey, the rules say this, my man. The rules say a kid can't run the ball over 60 pounds. The boy ain't playing the whole year. The whole year he run the ball. And he can't play well. He was scoring touchdown like crazy. I looked at the weight. He was 64.4. He was 4.4 overweight. You can't run the ball no more, son. That's it. That's the rule. He played the whole year. So who cheat? Me and him. The man can't wait to cheat for the game.
Sports family. I just want to know one thing. We'd also like to recognize the Southern Lab High School.
On our way home, the Battle Hawk.
Defending Division 4 state champion. First, the girls basketball state champs. Next up, the boys basketball state champs. And the defending Louisiana Division 4 football state champs. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Southern Lab.
Respect. State champions get respect. Fred don't know about that. They didn't have to cheat to get it. Fred don't know about that. They didn't have to cheat to get it. Man, y'all leave Fred alone. Hey, y'all leave Fred alone. Shannon Sharp said, some things you don't know when you ain't got the gold jacket. Hey, y'all leave Fred alone. Gold jacket. Hey, y'all leave Fred alone. Fred my ride party. How many times y'all done beat us? Yeah, you go count that. But the one man we played y'all that counted, who won? You won. The Hawks. You won. But then you lost. We didn't only just beat y'all. We destroyed y'all. Hey, show me your ring. Show me your ring. We lost the game after this. Hey, show me your ring. Huh? Show me your ring. Oh,
Ladies and gentlemen, the best of the best jamboree is brought to you by Marks Electric Incorporated. Marks Electric Incorporated, your contractor for all of your electrician needs. Let's give a great big round of applause for the sponsor of today's event, Marks Electric Incorporated.
I'm gonna do this every game. I'm gonna do this.
I've been trying to bet them on the game already. Brother Lucy game, they won't do it. They might bet on that game, like they want to do Lucy game. But they moved them to the select. I don't care what we do. I don't care what we do. Kentwood, Helena, and all that moved to the select. Kentwood got a field in. I don't know if they got a field in or not. You don't need a field. You don't need a field. So I wouldn't really they have to pay $4 off of the private school. High school only be some new things. They're magnet schools.
It's just a wonderful thing for the town of Greensboro.
Yeah, they love to run the ball and like to do those little quick hit passes.
Just play your game, be the best that you could be.
St. Thomas put that ball on his tail, so you know it's up to him. Don't you ever believe nothing you ever say. St. Thomas put that ball. Don't ever believe nothing come out of Elwood mouth. Oh, I can't believe you said that. You tell me something. I tell you what though, my nephew comes to me. Y'all some trouble in the now? They was in the select. The reason they moved them here. Let's go, Warriors! Oh, man, y'all got to warm up. Let's go, Warriors! They got to warm up. They can't go out on the field. Work away!
back with 2 minutes left at halftime before our St. Helena Hawks take on the Kentwood Kangaroos here in this second quarter. Kentwood leads 8-0 right now.
Well, I was down on the field trying to look in the eyes of the players, see what they were thinking in their head. Didn't get a good shot. Can't tell what's going on. Saw the coach talking to the quarterback one-on-one, so maybe we can see something a little different coming out this half.
Well, I think the most important thing is about energy coming out in the second half. You know, the game is far from over. You got to be able to go out there and compete at a high standard and just motivate each other. Look at your brother right on side of you and tell him, hey, let's pick this up. Let's go out and take care of business in the second quarter.
Well, you're right. Kentwood is still out there warming up. Looks like we're going to be about 2 or 3 minutes to go. I think one of our major problems at the Hawks, coach, is our depth problem. We got so many kids that's waiting to get eligible, and I believe those kids that's waiting to get eligible, they can help us as far as depth.
Oh yeah, you're definitely right. You're talking about 3 kids that's that can definitely contribute to the skill position. Another running back, another wide receiver that you're missing, even a backup quarterback that's getting some reps. So our depth is definitely an area that we would like to improve on this upcoming year. But at this point, it's game time. Everybody's might have that issue, but we just got to fight through it,
Well, you're right.
But there's a whole nother half of football left. Good thing the Hawks get the ball back coming out of this, going into the second quarter. If they can come out with a good spark, a good drive, and have the momentum going out, everything should be fine.
Looking at Kentwood across the street coming back on the field, look like they got a lot of pep in their step. That tells me a lot when I can read that body language. The Hawk. Before we get started in the second half, I want you to go check out the House of Duchess Fashion Boutique. If you need some clothes to wear to church, go find you some nice lady suits, business attire, and church attire. Jewelry and much, much more at 1101 West Oak Street in Amite, Louisiana, right next to Mike Catfish. CTM Street Shop, 313 Stedman Street, Greensboro, Louisiana. If you're hungry, that's the place to go after the game tonight. Or call them at 985-514-9958. The rules will be kicking off from left to our right. Back deep for the Hawks going to be number 4, Dunn. And look like that's number 1, Singleton, with Scale in the middle of the set.
And kickoff has begun.
Low line drive kick down the Scales. He's up at the 20, the
So
25.
he's got it
across the 41 as Darryl Scales. Singleton on a good run back. Look like we may have stolen momentum from the Roos.
A good return here. You get good field position to start this second quarter here. Ball is on a 43-yard line. First down.
Let's see if Baker can get command of this offense right here and get the Hawks back into this game right quick.
Wouldn't be surprised if I see Coach Gordon trying to take a shot here to start off this, to pep this offense up.
And they're going to run it with Scale from the Wildcat, and he runs it right up through the middle, and he's still moving his legs.
Still moving.
And he's trying to come out of it, and the referee had to pull him back. If not, he'd have been going for a touchdown, Coach.
You're right about that one, that's for sure. But, hey, that's what you want to see out there running back. You want to keep on fighting for extra yards, fight for extra yards. So that's going to leave second and 3.
Yeah. The Hawks decide to go with this Wildcat offense to get some momentum going right here. Scales back in it once again with a double wing and 2 receivers. And look like it's going to be a jailbreak here. They pointing at each other, but it's going to be a first down after the penalty for the Hawks, look like.
Look like the Hawks stole some of Kentwood style right there, trying to make them jump offside.
Yep. First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Ball is on the 45-yard line, first and 10 for the Hawks.
Two receivers to the near side, one to the top of the field, and that was a high snap, and he just trying to do too much. Just take what you got, take your losses right where you are. Big loss there. It's going to bring up second down and 20.
Now you leave second and 20. You got Mr. Antoine Baker back at quarterback after the Wildcat.
And that's going to make second and long for St. Helena.
Two receivers to both sides for the Hawks this time. We got an empty backfield, look like. One man on the wing over there. Baker looks downfield, steps up, and they're going to be brought down in the backfield.
Gain of 3, going to leave about third and 18. Ball is on the 45-yard line of the Hawks. Seemed like our Hawks started off with a lot of momentum. Now we put ourselves in a hole.
Well, yeah, one or two big plays ought to help their momentum going forward from this. It's going to be third and long. They're going to bring timeout. Let's see what coach is going to do here. I'd like to remind you fans that's watching us on Facebook, if you own any kind of business and you want to do some advertising, contact Flying Go 985-277-9582. Ask for Fig and Davis and be part of the Hawk family. Well, it looks like it's getting a little dark to the west of us here.
Yeah, the sun is starting to going down now. You know, the crowd is here. I think whoever's going to show up is pretty much here at this point. And it's a good crowd here at the Hawks Nest tonight.
I saw a lot of folks in the stand in the mission there. I saw Coach Alden Foster used to be a head coach here when the St. Helena first started.
Mm-hmm.
Now coaching at Macomb High Tigers, I believe. As a matter of fact, he invited me up to see him play tomorrow.
Third down here and see what the Hawks going to comes out in trips left formation.
Harnish on a little juke. Harnish down the sideline.
And that's going to leave a late hit.
And that's going to be a first down.
Something must be going on with our quarterback, Mr. Antoine Baker, for him to not be in these games right now.
Well, I think he may have lost his confidence. I'm not sure. The coach trying to get something sparked here. He hadn't really looked good in the snaps that he had. That's going to be first down for the Hawks. They got this drive continued.
He's going to put the ball on the 30-yard line.
Nine minutes and 32 seconds to go. The Hawks first and 10 from the 30. After that, pretty good run by Harness and then a personal foul.
St. Helena come out in a stack formation to the left.
Three receivers to this side, one to the top, and that is Harness as he throws it out here to Singleton. That's going to be a fumble out of bounds, or is it going to be a rules ball? Kentwood's ball on the fumble.
Kentwood ball.
Number 7, Trey Scales on the reception. There was a fumble on the play. Recovered by the Kangaroos. It'll be first down, Kentwood.
And we have 9 minutes and 21 seconds left in this second quarter. Hawks just made a key turnover. The ball is on the 30-yard line for the Kentwood Kangaroos. First down for Kentwood.
Well, the Hawks that time, they're trying to force plays look like, Coach. I haven't seen Hornets take any snaps at quarterback in practice. I mean, I haven't been at every practice, but it's kind of hard to get that going in a game situation when you've never done it before.
Man,
big run in there by
run.
the middle, right up the middle, may stop by Olivier.
That was a good open field tackle by number 11, Mr. Chaz. You know, because that's a one-on-one situation.
One-on-one situation against a fast back. Rose 2-by-2 set, one back, flank to the left. You give it to him right off the tackle over there, and he gets to the outside. Another tackle in there made by Singleton.
Now the inside zone. That's all they're running, Coach. Inside zone. Kentwood obviously see a weakness going on right now, and they're definitely trying to expose that.
But they did on that play right there. They got that ought to be against the rules right there. Offside charge to the Hawks. Gonna bring 1st and 5 after that penalty. 1st and 5 from the 37, 37, I'm sorry.
Kentwood comes out in the stack wide receiver set.
And they run it right up to the left side of that line with a flag down over there. Look like there might be another penalty against the Hawks there. There's another penalty, gonna give him 5 yards and a first down. I'd like to remind you fans on Facebook that's watching this contest, if you'd like to buy some advertising with Flying Ghost Production, you see the number on the stream, call Mr. Fagan. We got packages started as low as $25. And we can put your name out in front of your neighborhood. 1st and 10 for the Rules. The ball is going to be at the 32-yard line. Action done slowed up here a little bit. 2 receivers to both sides. 1 back set. Kentwood is going to throw it, air it out, and they're going deep, and he just cannot catch up with it.
One thing for sure about that quarterback, you know, if you put a little bit of pressure on him, he's not accurate.
He's not accurate at all, but you gotta get in his face. Got to get in his face. I'd like to thank you fans once again for watching Ghost Sports TV. My name is James Smoker Leonard, along with the coach, Byron Robinson. This Hawks football. And this time, off to the right side of the line, Mr. Burton once again.
Mr. Burton running the ball hard, another inside zone. Going to bring the ball down to 3rd and 1 on a 25-yard line inside the Hawks 25. 3rd down and 1.
With that gain, to make it 3rd and short.
3rd down for the Rose. Let's see if that defense can. See if we can stop him right here. Man in motion to the first side, fakes it to him, giving that inside once again. Runs flat over the number 2, or who was that? Whoever that number is, that's number 6. That's Cheney. First down for the Rose, and the Hawks call timeout. I'd like to remind you, right after this game, Southern Lab is going to take on Amite Warriors, 2 state champion, battle it out here for see who win this game in the pre-game schedule for the Hawks. They all excited. A lot of fans here from Amite.
Kentwood brought a nice crowd.
Kentwood has a nice crowd. Of course, you know the Hawks always show up at home.
Yes, sir.
See a bunch of orange, a bunch of gold, and a bunch of purple in here.
Good thing here, you got 3 teams that got some gold. Amite wear some gold, St. Helena wear some gold, and then you got Southern Lab that play a little yellow and gold. You know.
If I had my brothers, I'd take the yellow and gold because that's what I played in. And here come the Rose on a 1st down and 10 from the 20, from the 15. 2-back set with Wilson, 1 receiver, single receivers to this side, and they're going to roll out to the first side to get him outside. Slipped out of 1 tackle, and he's thrown down there hard inside the 9-yard line.
Brought down by number 7, Mr. Trey Scales.
Scales been in on a lot of tackles tonight. Carter, I think that's Shaheen Carter's brother. 2nd down and about 4, another stoppage of time. This time the Rose call a timeout.
Got a player down. Looks like somebody's cramping from St. Helena.
It's just a wonderful thing for the town of Greensboro.
Yeah, they love to run the ball and like to do those little quick hit passes.
Just play your game, be the best that you could be.
And Kentwood call a timeout on that 2nd down and about 5. Well, let's call it 4. Can get a 1st down without getting a touchdown. I'd like to thank everybody that's watching us on YouTube and Facebook here tonight. Good crowd here at the Hawks Nest. Kentwood 2 receivers, man in motion to the first side. Three-step drop. Slings it to the far side on a slant. He cannot catch it. That was number 3 for the Roos.
Mr. Hook fan on a drop. Good thing he dropped it because he was wide open.
Wide
and was
open.
about to be walking into the end zone. Definitely had to be a coverage mistake for the Hawks. Going to leave third down here.
Two receivers to the far side, 2 here to the near side, 1 back set, flank to the left of Wilson. We got 2 on the far side. They finally get him covered up, and that guy loves to throw a flag from that first side over there. They call
Looks like an offside encroachment on the Hawks.
On the Hawks.
Every time we get them in the third down situation, we always bail them out with our penalties.
Yep.
But it's the Jamboree, so the good thing about that, we get the.
It don't count on the record.
Does not count.
Man in motion to the first side, handed to the number 9 guy right up the middle, and he takes it with him. Burton once again powers his way into the end zone, and the Roos go up 14-0 on the Hawks with 6:15 remaining in the contest.
A lot of penalties tonight for our St. Helena Hawks.
Compared to what they had up in Clinton a week ago, have barely had no penalties up there. Penalty on every other play here. Flying Ghost Production, if you need some advertisement or any kind of media blitz, call Fagan Davis over at Flying Ghost Production at 985-277-9582. Ask for Fagan. He'll put a package together for you.
Packages as low as $25.
After the game, feeling a little hungry? Go over to CTM Sweet Shop at 313 Stedman Street in Greensboro, Louisiana. Extended hours after the game. Each game here at the Hawks Nest, they will be open. Go over to CTM and get you a good meal.
6:15 left in the second quarter here at the Hawks Nest. Kentwood leads 14-0.
And it's been all rules here in this.
Kentwood didn't do anything special this second quarter. All they did has been running the ball, driving the ball down, inside zone.
Got a break on a couple penalties on the first half.
And one thing about this game of football, you definitely do not want to hurt yourself in field position and penalties.
It's kind of hard to get out of those holes.
2-point conversion coming up for Kentwood. Got 2 wide receivers on both sides, double set. Running back is on the left-hand side.
Snaps back. He looks, trying to get over the head of the far side, and he did. Overdone.
And Mr. Dunn is talking to the referee, talking about a push-off possibly.
Well, we need to just settle down right here and get the ball in the end zone. Let our kid leave out of here feeling good. Okay. House of Duchess at 1101 West Oak Street, Amite, Louisiana, for all your church needs. Ladies' suits, dresses, business attire, jewelry, and much, much more. Go see them at the House of Duchess right next to Mike Catfish. I'm going to make Mike pay for this.
And you can definitely follow the House of Duchess on Instagram and Facebook. .6:15 remaining in the second quarter here. Kentwood leads 16-0. Kicking off on the 40-yard line. We have back for return is Mr. 3, Adravian Harness, Mr. 7, Mr. Trey Scales, and number 1, DJ Singleton.
And here we go, and it's going to come down to Singleton once again at the 12-yard line. And once again, he breaks it out of there. And he get wrapped right at the 30-yard line on a good-looking tackle in there by number 10.
Jermaine Brown Jr., track athlete, hitting like that. That young man there made it to the Junior Olympics in a 100-meter dash.
He looks like he can go. But, of course, Kentwood has had that speed for years. When I was running track at Westside in 69, well, 66 to 69, I thought I was one of the fastest in the state at that time. But Kentwood had some smokers.
There's one thing about that under the tower, under the water tower. Yeah. They know how to produce some speed out there.
Might be in the water.
Kentwood water.
Yeah. So we bring Baker back in. We got 2 receivers to the near side, 1 to the top of the field. Snaps back, hands off to Scales, and breaks it outside.
And a good open field tackle by number 10, Jermaine Brown.
About 2 yards. Scales on the carry. They blew the whistle. Was there a flag on the play? No, it wasn't.
It's close to the 40-yard line, right at the 39.
Yes, he got a time out there. It's going to be 2nd and 2 when we return.
On a 39-yard line. St. Helena is making a good drive. 2nd and 2.
And the Hawks finally at the line of scrimmage. Two receivers here to the near side, 1 to the top of the field. Baker hands off to Scales, and Scales powers his way close to the first down. Let's see what we got, Coach.
It's going to leave 3rd and short, 3rd and inches.
3rd and inches as Miguel came up just a little short. Let's see if we get a sustained drive going here. Snaps back, and he throws it in there to
good slant by Mr.
Olivier on a catch there for a big first down for the Hawks inside the 35-yard line.
And that's what the Hawks needed, a good first down there. Now they got a little pep in their step.
That was a perfect route ran by Olivier that time. And Baker put it between the ones.
Ball is on the 39-yard line into the Kentwood territory. First down, Hawks.
Baker calls for the ball. Man in motion. They gives it to the motion man coming back, and he's pulled out from behind. That's Singleton.
Talk on the play right there about Mr. Christopher Gordon Jr.
Second down and 6. Second and 16.
Empty set.
3-step drop. He steps up in the pocket. He's going to be flushed out of there. Try to get the corner. Gets back to the original line of scrimmage. It's going to bring up third down and 10, I believe, Coach.
I think Mr. Baker at that quarterback position, he just got to be a little bit patient. You know, he take those 3 steps drop and he don't see his first person wide open. He's ready to start running. Sometimes you got to be able to step in that pocket and just wait for your wide receiver to develop. But I'm pretty sure that coaching staff that Chris Gordon got is going to talk to him about that, get those kinks out. We have trips to the left, third down here. Empty backfield, 2 wide receivers to the inside of the field.
They bring the back into a pistol set, and they handed off to him and had nowhere to go. Nowhere to go. So that's going to bring up fourth down, Coach. And I'm just going to go for it right here, Coach.
You got to go for it. You
got
to go for it.
Whether I get it or not, I need my player to play hard on one play.
Yes, sir.
I have to go for it here.
3 minutes, 30 seconds left in the second quarter here. You got an empty backfield here. Ball is on the 43-yard line. Three down lineman by Kentwood.
Baker looks downfield, and he's just slanging that away, and he got lucky on fourth down play.
Turnover is on down. Kentwood now has the ball, first down.
With 3:09 to go in the contest. Well, here come the rules. Double stack on both sides. One back set with Wilson. And that ought to be against the offense, but they're going to call it against the defense, I'm sure. They ought to call a procedure against the offense that time.
A lot of flags thrown tonight. You know, you definitely don't want to go into that week one with a lot of penalties.
Especially you're going to be playing on the road.
And what's a good thing about these jamborees, you know, you got the referees here, and they actually going to call the game fair.
Yes.
Got an inside zone by Kentwood, a big hole there by Mr. Burton hitting that hole again. He got a first down on that.
Well, right now, he's running at will right now. He might have 100 yards in this first half.
You're right about that one.
First and 10 from the midfield. As we look in both end zones, see Southern Lab in the north end zone. They meet in the south end zone. They waiting to do battle after this. Hand it off to Burton once again. Another big yard for him as he runs once again for another 10, 12 yards.
And Smoke, all they're doing is inside zone. They see a weakness right there with that Hawks defense up line, and they're attacking it.
Well, we got to find some kind of way to fill those gaps.
36-yard line. That's going to be enough. For Kentwood, first down.
2 minutes and 40 seconds left to go in the contest. It may be a good play if the Hawks don't let them score on this drive, because Kentwood look like they want to put some more points on the board. And
we got the pressure. We got the pressure that we got. The good stop there by our Hawks for a 1 yard gain.
Two minutes in the contest. And the Hawks call timeout.
It's going to be second down for Kentwood. 1:47 remaining in this matchup. Don't forget, football fans, coming up next, the Class 2A state champion Amite players versus the Louisiana Division 4 state champions.
That ball cramping up down there. And well, the Hawks got to look forward to next Friday night. Kick off at Sumner, 7 o'clock.
Some wrinkles will get kinked out this week before the real competition next week. And that's what Jamboree is about. See what areas you need to improve in moving forward.
We'll be bringing you that game from Sumner's. Our schedule this year would be we broadcast tonight and next week's game. The opening game of the year against West Harrison, we won't be broadcasting it. Then we'll come back the following week. We'll do the A-Meet game in A-Meet. When we'll be back here, we'll broadcast the Live Oak game. And then we'll take a break and then get into district season, and we'll do all the district games.
All district games. 31 for Kentwood. Ball is on a 28-yard line of the Hawks. Got a double stack for the wide receivers. Running back is on the left-hand side of the quarterback.
Handed off to 44 once again, and he gets some of that running room, and that's Johnson, or Marion Johnson.
That leaves another first down for the Hawks. 17 seconds in the fourth quarter.
And that's going to be it from the Hawks Nest, as the Rules came in here and finished the Hawks off in good fashion by a score of 16-0. And the Hawks look forward to next week as they take on the Sumner Cowboys. Buckaroos.
Something good.
Oh,
good thing about our coaches, I know they're going to think about this game. They're going to look at film. They're definitely going to make adjustments moving forward. So I'm definitely excited. Saw some good things, saw some bad things, but at the end of the day, our boys are going to compete, and they're going to learn from this Jamboree. Good thing is it didn't count against the record tonight, that's for sure.
Well, but we need the playing time. I see a bunch of guys limping and look like they played hard, put it all on the line. But that's what this game all about. Somebody gonna win, somebody gonna lose. And we got Amite coming right up, Coach. We'll see you next week.
All right, thank you, Coach.
16, St. Helena 0. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a great big round of applause for both teams.
Okay, I'm gonna give this to you now. What you doing? Oh, the one I saw in the store? Yeah, y'all recruited her. That's right. Hey, we're magnet school. We can recruit. You know who? She's staying with your nephew. You know who? You know who? She's staying with your nephew. You know who? Like the chief. Hey, girl, stay with her dad. Girl, stay with her dad. You ain't not seen. Y'all moving up there. Y'all moving up there. Ain't no Tokyo never been at Helena High School. Ain't no Tokyo never been at Helena High School. You don't have no son. Hey, you say that group boy was not really not. Yeah, no, the girl, hey, basketball girl. Ain't no Tokyo never been at Helena High School. They moved the city limit sign all the way to Roland. There's no way that ain't city limit. Who moved that sign? You? Larry. Who moved that sign up past the cutoff? You? The cut. Now move that sign all the way to Roland.
Football family. Football season would not be football season without the cheerleaders. Let's make some noise for your AU Warrior cheerleaders. Let's make some noise for your St. Helena cheerleaders. Baton Rouge, let's make some noise for your Southern Lab cheerleaders. Thank you, ladies, for working as hard as you do to bring much love to the football games.
Teach me y'all cheerleaders out of you. They want me to cheer for a winner. We want to see what it feels like to win. We don't need no more.
And football fans, it's time for the clash of the champions. Representing Division 4, the Southern Lab Kittens. Head coach, Darryl Asbury. Athletic director, Coach Salisbury. And principal, Mr. Brisker. And the defending 2A champions, the Amite High School Warriors. Head coach, Zephaniah Powell. Athletic director, Coach Pierre. It's time to throw down at the best of the best jamboree. Make some noise.
Go
tonight's coin toss for AB. Number 28, Jalen Vernon. And number 1, Jalen Robinson. Captains for the Southern Lab Kittens. Number 2, Carl Williams. Number 8, Marquette Duncan.
Y'all gonna defer?
Nice shot.
Hey, and we get ready to start the second game as the Lab Kittens of Southern Lab take on the Warriors of Amite. The captains in the middle of the field for the coin toss. The previous game, the Kentwood Kangaroos shut out the Hawks by a score of 16-0. And look like Southern Lab won the toss, and they're going to defer to the second half, it look like. Number 1 for the Warriors is going to be Robinson, a senior quarterback, and number 28. I don't have a number on him. Yes, I do. No, I don't.
Jalen.
And the AB Warriors will receive.
The Warriors be going from our left to right, and I want to like to welcome to the booth everybody's favorite. My name is James Smokey Leonard, along with Coach Alden Foster. We're here to talk about the Warriors and the old ball coach, Foster. How you doing tonight, Coach?
I'm all right. How you doing?
Well, Coach, I'm doing fine. Here, still talking about the Hawks, and I hear you got a new ball game, a new team up in Macomb, Mississippi Tigers right now. Tell us about that ball club, Coach.
Well, we're a young team. We played a good Hazelhurst team. Had 9 scholarship guys on the team, and we was able to come out victorious last week in the Jamboree. This week is actually our week 1. Mississippi is ahead, but we got a bunch of good kids. We only have 6 seniors, so the future is real bright. We got a D1 receiver and quarterback, the other juniors. So, we're gonna go through some growing pains this year, but we're talented. But I'm looking at the future is real bright in Macomb.
Well, that's good, Coach. It's good to see you again, and I don't look like I'm gonna have you at the media lunch in New Orleans no more. You done already got back on the sideline. And here's the kickoff from Lab to Amite, and number 4 runs lateral across the field, try to turn the corner on the first side, and he's met there by the Lab Kittens at the 30-yard line, so we play 1st and 10 from that spot. Well, Coach, how you set that quarterback up there, Coach?
Jamarcus Pittman is about 6'3", about 230. He started last year as a sophomore and led them, to 2 playoff victories. And I mean, he can make every throw. Great kid. He reminds you of he headed like a Johnny Felder's.
Okay.
One of those smart kids that knows the system inside and out. We give him options to check off and everything. So I'm real excited with him.
Well, that's good, Coach. As the Amite going to come out with 3 receivers to the near side, 1 to the top of the field. Call for the ball and low snap, and he looks out here, throws it incomplete. That's complete to the.
They gain about 3.
Gain about 3 on the play. That's the number 7. Selders, Richard Selders. Well, Coach, how's your coaching staff up there, Coach?
I've been blessed, man. I had a old St. Helena Hawk that was with me, and just show you how good Lord worked, man. I gave him his first job out of college, and he was a Mississippi boy, and he'd been up there for a few years, and he helped me get in the door, and Roy Lee,
okay,
who's out here with me in the glory days of St. Helena. So we've reunited and ran across some good young coaches up there, too. And Marquise McFarland, who was the coordinator, and I'll let him call some, and I'll call some.
Uh-huh.
Sean Spates, and also Dorset Davis, man, he was an NFL guy, coached on the college level, several places, and now he's my D-line coach, co-D coordinator, with also James Harvey, who's an all Hall of Famer from Jackson State, is my O-line coach.
Okay.
And I was able to bring 2 of my former players. One is my nephew, Elijah Walker.
Okay, yeah.
And that just it was a prime example of how the good Lord say, and we preached to him, get your education. And so when Hugh Jackson messed over him like he did at Grambling, he had his education, and he said, I'm ready to go to work. He's my quarterback coach.
Okay.
And I also have Joshua Perry, another one, my former player from Amite. He's my co-defense coordinator. He's my defensive back coach. So, I mean, you don't have to teach them your system because they came up through it. So, I'm real excited about my staff.
And Amite quarterback scramble, try to get it to Lamar Harris, and that falls incomplete. Well, what's the outlook on Amite, Coach? I know you don't coach there no more this year. Well, what are you think they're going to repeat this year?
Well, they're in 3A this year. It's a little tougher because they're in the select side. You got to play the U-Highs and all those guys that kind of pick guys. Which, I mean, it's unfair because Amite put the magnet tag on it, they put them in the select side. But they're going to be Amite now. If you play them, you're going to have to come play. My nephew is Jeremy Robinson, number 44. His dad played for me at Helena my first year, Joseph Robinson.
Okay.
And he's my little sister's son. He's going to be the lead on the defense. Ashton, number 6, and the quarterback, they got a trigger man who's a state champion quarterback. So, I mean, they're going to play. They got a good chance. They're going to go deep in the playoffs because you got them. You got Madison Prep. I believe Madison Prep is on this side, too.
Yeah.
So I was teasing my partner from St. James. St. James has really come down in the regular side. It's St. James and Union Parish. In 3A, you know, that's going to be tough. But, they're going to be Amite, though. You're going to have to beat them. They ain't going to lay down.
Well, that's good. Good high school football. It's in the air.
Oh, no doubt.
Well, how's the field up in Kentwood? I mean, Macomb, you've been getting a lot of rain?
A lot of rain. But the thing is, I picked up the guy that did my field in Amite Jamboree. And the field is actually in better shape than it's ever been. Even though all the rain we got last week, we didn't slip and slide. And so hopefully it's like that tomorrow. Hopefully it do like it did today. If it's going to rain, get it over with and give us this beautiful night we got out here tonight. We're supposed to be getting turf, and this is what turf does.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can make a plan and stick with it.
Yeah, that's correct.
I was telling somebody, I say, Mark Baptiste, he sponsored it. To me, he need to just if he gonna sponsor it, host it here every year. You ain't got to worry about where you gonna play, and just let whoever the host team gets the gate. So that's my idea, but I don't have a dog in the hunt.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, they got a good crowd here tonight.
Great crowd. You see 4 quality football teams, though. Kentwood's going to be like we thought they were going to be. You may be looking at the future state championship game between Southern Lab and Kentwood.
That's correct.
Because they both on the select side.
Kentwood is a Magnum, too.
Yeah, so they probably going to play in district, and then they probably going to play for the state championship if the bracket falls.
Well, what I like to see them do, Coach, some changes in the LSHA, is the transfer protocol of the high school kids. It's taking too long to get these kids eligible to play if they want going from one school to another. We had the situation here where Vernon Garden transferred out here before his uncle got the job, and now he get disqualified, so he got to sit out of here. He made a football move. We got to get better decisions than that.
Unfortunately, that situation is what it is. But at the same time, when you got the big money schools like Evangel and all them, they had to come up with something to stop that. If not, you was going to have them real factories because we don't have – a few times where ours is a legit move, whereas unlike Evangel, John Curtis, and all those guys when they first came with that rule, it's unfortunate that the good got to suffer for the bad because they were taking advantage of that rule.
We got 3 guys that can solidify dead. If not, they could be starters. We got 3 guys that played Live Oak last year. Can't get them in uniform.
Why they can't get them in uniform?
Well, they're waiting on the decision from the LSHA.
Well, the decision from the LHSA, one rule they have, and somebody must not be reading the rule book. you can always go home. If those kids were staying in St. Helena Parish the entire time, they can always come home. They should be eligible tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, if they stayed in St. Helena Parish. Now, if they were in Livingston Parish and moved over here, then you got to wait a little bit. But they can always go home. They should be eligible immediately.
Well, they lived in Dennis Mill.
Oh well, yeah, I know, I know some of them you talking about. They should be eligible immediately. And it ain't nothing that they could do to rule against those kids because and when I would call and ask them, one thing about Gene Addison, he taught me the rule book inside and out. And when I would call and ask them, they would say, Coach, if you ever have a question, just know you can always go home. That's how Larry. I'm gonna take it back to Larry Charles Freeman, Larry Charles Freeman Jr. When he was at St. Thomas Aquinas, he went from West Side. He was out of zone. He went from West Side to St. Thomas his freshman year. Well, because he had broke the chain of Amite, he couldn't go to Amite High. The only place he was eligible was his home school. The only home school in his zone is St. Helena. That's how Larry Charles Freeman ended up out here and being a great linebacker for us, leading to the state championship game. Was MVP in the dome. But so I don't know. That's the same rule.
Same rule. You can always go home.
You could always go home if you're out of district.
Well, I'm gonna push that up next week when I get to Coach Gordon. I'm sure he should know the rule a lot better than I am.
And if he called me, all of them. I know it like the back of my hand. It really got me messed up with some of the Mississippi rules because I know Louisiana so well.
Amite got the turnover down in the red zone. Single receiver to both sides, and they hand off to the running back off the left side. He twisted and turned in his way down to about the 15-yard line. Yeah, Coach, I wish we could have had this field here when you was coaching up here. We had some dog days in the old Hawks Nest.
Hey, but it was beautiful.
It was beautiful.
It was beautiful. I'm talking about this little place was packed. It was the place to be.
It's the place to be on Friday night.
It was the place to be, and that was the good thing. And it was more of a family atmosphere. Out of any place I've been, this was more. Everybody across the school and everything was family. In the stands. I talked with some guys. And they were like, "Man, Coach, you brought us together when nobody else could." And then, it was family, man. It was family out here in the crowds. And one thing about it, if you came to Greensburg, you're going to have to play.
You're going to have to play them. You're going to have to play them.
And, it feels good, that one of my former coaches in Chris Gordon, Brandon Mitchell, the previous one, and Johnny Felder's one of my former players. We're all out here, and hopefully they could turn the corner this year, because they have a good shot. Because 2A is wide open.
It's wide open.
It comes down to St. Helena. Teams like St. Helena, Manny. East Feliciana is loaded. But St. Helena already saw them.
Yeah, Kinder.
But teams like that, if you just stop the run now, they're going to have to correct that run game. Next week is a big game with them in Sumner. That's all they do.
Oh, all they do is run.
That's all they do. And Ross say his strength is his line this year. Yeah. So. But if they could get that corrected, they got the athletes to put people in space that's going to be hard to match up. And so I like their chances, in 2A.
Well, Coach, let me ask you, do you remember the great run we had in 2004?
Oh, no doubt. Can't forget it.
Yeah, you started off, I think you were like 1-3 going in, and we got beat doo-doo out of us in Kentwood, and I thought the team was going to fall apart. Next week we went to Episcopal. First 5 minutes ago was 21-3 or 21-6 or something like that.
Yes.
And I said, we're done. And 10 weeks later we was in the dome.
Well, the thing was, man, after the Kentwood game, we stayed in the locker room for maybe an hour or two when we made it back to Greensburg and just had a heart-to-heart. And even at Episcopal, we started off slow, sluggish, and we made the change. People don't realize the big change that made the difference is, and the kid wasn't comfortable. Darrell Gardner was our quarterback at the time, and he just wasn't a true quarterback of the system. And we took a kid that never played football and was a product of the system. His son plays for St. Helena now, Antoine Baker, and he took the reins, and we went on a run. We should have beat Northeast here. Yeah. They Trenton busted on the end, and you know what I'm saying. And Landclose got hurt, but man, he was all the difference, and he did what we told him to do, and that made all the difference in the world. Well, and that's a true example of just taking coaching and using your athletic ability. And the kids took it, and we got better and better and closer because those kids, that year were in the shadows of the Julian Lowe's and Jonathan Burrs the year before. So that was their time to shine. And they took it and ran with it.
Well, Coach, let me ask you this. What do you think about the two guys we got in major college ball right now? We got DeJohn Singleton who will be playing in Dublin, Ireland on Saturday for Nebraska. He's a number 2 safety, and you got Sabo Terrence.
Both of them kids got NFL capabilities. I'm not gonna lie. I always did. Like, I believe I saw Singleton with you. I was like, who is that? When he was young.
Yeah.
And Sabo been a grown man. Sabo was a brother actually played for me at Amite.
Yeah.
And he came back after I left and went to East St. John. Sabo came back to Helena. It might be a little bit before, but but his brother Fred, and that's just genes. You had Reginald Porter, Brad Porter, and all them first cousins. And Sabo was the baby of the bunch, was the biggest of the bunch.
Well, I remember when he came out here, he had to run for a month to get in the uniform.
Oh, no doubt. But, man, it just, it does me all the good in the world to know where those kids come from.
Yes.
And any kid from our area that makes it, but those kids, to know where they come from and to know how nobody gives them a chance. Nobody gives them a chance. But if you give them a chance and they stick with it, you're going to see great things. I look to see both of them in the NFL in the future.
Well, for sure, I think Sabo right now, unless he get hurt, he's a no-miss player.
No doubt. Matter of fact, I got a call today. LeBron James' agent trying to get in touch with him.
Okay.
So
that's money. Clutch Sports, that's money.
When I say they just want to meet him. They ain't gonna give him no money or anything.
No, but they won't. They're getting ready to put him something in the bank.
Exactly. So that says a lot when Rich Paul reach out to you.
That's
so that's good. And like I say, Singleton's so pretty. He's gonna make some money too. He's up there with some good people too.
Let's see what Southern Lab can do here. It's high snap, throw to the slant pattern, and do the 31. It's going to be a fumble. No, they're going to call him down.
Down or incomplete?
Should be incomplete, but they're going to call him down.
If they ain't going to call no fumble, that should be incomplete there. He's got some athletes out there on that field right now.
Yes, indeed.
Number 5 is Byron Jennings' son.
Byron Jennings' son.
A long-time Hawk.
He just had one son finish up in Ponchatoula.
Led Ponchatoula in receiving. As a matter of fact, if he don't break his collarbone in the first play of the second half in the state championship, they win the game.
Yeah. Southern Lab on a first down play, run it up the gut. Well, Amite got him a good gate tonight if they don't do nothing else.
Well, that's, it's a beautiful thing. You could tell how everybody was looking for football. And they itching for it,
Yes.
And even with all the rain, nobody couldn't get out. So, everybody was itching. Like I said, this would be a perfect place to host this jamboree every year. You ain't got to worry about,
Well, I can see everybody eventually going to turf.
No doubt. We're supposed to get it up there. It just makes such a difference with your preparation and everything. You ain't got to worry about tearing your field up. You ain't got to worry about slipping and sliding or injuries.
Injuries is the main thing, but we haven't had anybody hurt on our field yet, seriously.
Yeah, exactly. So, and I was just telling my brother, I said, man, that's a beautiful field. They did a good job with it. They did a good job with the field and the layout of it. And when you pass and see those lights and see it from especially if you hadn't been to Greensburg and remember the old stadium, you like, what's this?
I was talking to a friend of mine in the stand down there. This is his first time here. He said, man, this is beautiful.
Taj Mahal.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. That's a big play down the field. He's going to take it to the house, a house call.
But, I go back. I'll never forget the north side. Speaking of one of those old stories, about the old stadium, the little press box that we built, Coach Jenkins and Tim Page, when he was in high school, built during school. I'll never forget. We played Northside when they had Keelan Williams and all them. We played them here. They came in laughing at our stadium. Told their coach, "Oh, coach, you brought us to a trail ride. We trying to play on a trail ride." He said, when we went to hit them, said them kids were like, "Oh, coach, they playing for real." But I'll never forget. He said, "Man," after the game, because that was my old college teammate. He said, "Man," he was up in the press box. You know, the press box didn't have no glass like this. He said, so they went down and scored that first touchdown. He said, all them people in the stands, all them standing in the fans, he's a white guy too. It's unfortunate. He said, Coach said he was on the sideline. Coach, what they giving him from up there? He said, Coach, I don't know. I'm on side of you. He said the coach say, man, I left him up there when they turned around after we scored that touchdown and say, you so and so. If we lose this game, we hanging you. He said he left.
Yes, indeed.
You know, the head coach at Manning right now, he still say, man, that's the best atmosphere he ever been in. He was an assistant when they came out here. He's the head coach now. He said, man, that's the best atmosphere he ever been in a high school football game.
They came in here and beat us 35-0 one year, and the next year they came back, we beat them 35-0.
Yeah. We took them for granted.
Yeah, but I think the biggest crowd we had was the Mamu game, Coach.
No. Iota.
Yeah.
Iota game.
Yeah, they had to be. Yeah.
Because the only reason the Iota game was bigger, we was the only one in town.
That's correct.
Well, the Mamu game, Amite was in the semifinals right there in Amite, and Northeast was in the semifinals right there in Baywood. So our crowd was mostly Kentwood and Helena, but Iota, we had everybody.
It was 11 deep in the end zone.
Yeah.
It was 11 deep in the end zone.
Yeah, that Iota game was, without a doubt, the most. I believe when it was $5 a head, we made $21,000 at the gate. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just saying.
These are gonna be. You gonna see these guys.
Yep.
Deep in the playoffs, because you know.
Who's the interim head coach at Amite now?
Wiggum is the head coach, Courtney Wiggum, who was on my staff, played on the 94 state championship team. And it's a real heady kid. So Courtney Wiggum and Coach Davis, who was my D coordinator, he came back and is D coordinator again. So I mean, they in good hands. It's unfortunate with Coach Powell. You know,
it's unfortunate.
It's unfortunate, and we praying for him. You know, he texted me last week, made me feel good right before my game. You know, he's in the hospital with a pacemaker and texting me good luck, man. That made me feel good. You know, so we praying for him to a speedy recovery. You know, guy's a legend. 2 state championship, 3 appearances.
Yeah, he can't beat it.
Exactly.
Well, we were fortunate to go in there and get Chris Gordon out of there before all this went down.
Well, the thing was, and it was close.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest with you. And I don't know. You know, God works in mysterious ways. Because Coach Powell, before Chris took this job, had came to me and said, "Coach, this is gonna be my last year. I'm gonna give it to Chris." And by that time, though, Chris hadn't already made up his mind to come out here. It was fortunate because, you know, Chris didn't realize what I was doing when I was at Amite. I told him, you know, I was getting him both the offense and the defense because he had head coach potential then. He got mad at me, you know, but he didn't understand. He was a young coach, you know, young bull, and he often tell me, "Nah, man, I appreciate it." And, you know, I appreciate it. You know, it's just that the only reason, you know, how it happened when I left, he wasn't certified yet. If he had been certified, he would have been the next head coach. You know, but he wasn't, and so Powell got it, and you know, and I told Coach Powell, "That's your guy right there to be your defense coordinator," and it worked out. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I'm happy for him. I'm happy for him. You know that he's gonna do well.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And once he puts his mark on it, he's gonna do well.
Okay. House of Duchess at 1105 West Oak Street, Amite, Louisiana. Go over there, ladies, and get dressed up for church. You got ladies' suits, dresses, and business attire. Everything for your church need and jewelry. Go by and see Mary and Anna. Tell them Smokey sent you. I'm listening to the guy next door talking about nachos and cheese, and you can get you some too if after the game. Go by CTM Sweet Shop, 313 Stedman Street in Greensburg, Louisiana. They got extended hours after the game here tonight. Go by and see the Martins.
It's kind of strange to be in Greensburg and not go to Chicken Hut.
Well, I'm trying to tell you, the Chicken Hut made some money off of you boys.
No doubt, no doubt. Mr. Mike Wallace.
Yep.
Golly.
Yeah, Mike is working for Southwest now, as you sell institutional foods.
Yeah, I see him sometimes in those places when I'm, like I was at MasterChef last time I saw him.
Mm-hmm.
This was a classic game last year in the Jamboree.
Jamboree, yeah, I was at that game over in Amite.
Yeah,
that was a good game.
No, this was at Southern.
They
missed the extra point. There's been some good games, like the one in Amite.
Yeah. That was the year before last, the one in Amite.
Yeah.
Coach, I'm going to hold you another 5 minutes.
Okay. I could talk about football, and especially the Hawks game and all that all day long.
Talk about all night, huh?
Yeah, that's unreal.
You listen to Gulf Sports TV with Coach Alden Foster and James Smokey Leonard talking about throwback days.
And it makes me feel good when I come up here and one of my former players, Fagan Davis, played for me. And he, he's kind of producing the program with his company, man. That makes you feel good, man.
This is his company.
This makes you feel good. Very proud of him.
Well, Coach, you speaking of that team, I believe I know that team quit on you that year. We were over in Port Allen.
Oh man.
I know how you feel because I can remember calling you after the game and say, "Have you coached your last game?" And that's when you broke the news to me, what you was trying to do. But we had 11 guys in the senior class with Fagan Davis.
And they were sophomores.
They were all gonna be good players.
We were gonna win it. Probably.
You were gonna win it.
We probably would have won it with Darren Self and that crew, and they had grew up
big time. Little Smoke was a good receiver, good blocker. Then you had Jonathan Bird, brother just came.
Ryan was coming in.
But
Darius Option would have been a starter as a senior 4-year starter.
4 years, man.
Yeah, we'd have won it.
Yeah, look.
We'd have won it.
But those juniors and the seniors that quit on you cost those kids championship games.
Exactly. And it got frustrating. And then when I came out here, man, the ultimate was, man, when they looking at the gate, but they don't realize football carried all the sports at St. Helena. And they told me I had to pay my coaches out of the football gate.
No.
That was bad. And then they when I left, they ended up getting it back because it was against the law.
Mm-hmm.
But it was unfortunate for the kids because I wasn't going nowhere, after the meet deal.
Mm-hmm.
But when that came about and, it was time to, sometimes you get out the way for the sake of the kids. But we don't want to stay championship. Darren Self would have rushed for about 3,000 and we'd have threw
I tell people all the time, you give any coach a running back like Darren Self,
oh my goodness,
he gonna win most of his ball games.
We had some more though. It wasn't just Darren. We had another talented kid back there that could run the ball too.
Yeah, they had
Fagan.
No, it was
Adrian from Dennis Mill.
Dennis Mill.
Yeah, Adrian. What's going on? Yeah, Adrian. So we had a 1-2 punch, man.
Yep, 1-2. He was a good fullback.
And Lil Smoke and them linemen. Oh,
good defensive back and Burton.
We don't want it.
You don't want it.
We don't want it.
We were stuck up here with a coach. The best we could get out of was a loss at home against
Yeah, that was
because
even that Amite team, they senior year, man, that Amite team we had was loaded. We had a bunch of studs. Darren still hit us for 190, 200 yards. You know what I'm saying? So that wasn't easy. So that let you know how good they were. And they were still, the coaches were still trying to learn them and find their way. How much time left?
Should be under 4 minutes.
Okay.
They must have called that other touchdown back, huh?
Yeah, they called it back. Amite aided them with 2 personal fouls that time.
Yeah.
A few penalties. You know, then a good team is good at Southern Lab. They don't need no help.
No, don't need no help.
You know.
Well, Coach, how's the Miss Pierre's the AD over at Amite now? How she's working out with that job?
Doing a great job. You know, and I mean, you know, we as old Amite guys, both of us, you know, when you hear everybody argue who have the best class ever come through, it's kind of hard to argue with that group. They won football, they won girls basketball, they win in boys basketball. Can't nobody stand up to that.
Can't nobody stand up to it.
You know, the only thing, you know, I tell people it's not as stacked as it was because it's split and it's 5 classes, but at the same time, you still got to win it. And so Coach Pierre doing a great job. Unfortunately, they had to forfeit those 2 games, but after that, man, they rolled throughout.
They rolled throughout.
So she's doing a great job. She seems to run everything. Everybody around that know who's the boss. You know what I'm saying?
She seriously got everybody doing their thing.
Oh, yeah.
As a matter of fact, I don't know who she hired the speaker for the night, the announcer. That's the best guy since me.
Yeah, look, I had to tease you. I said, man, Smoke, somebody in your house and took over? What's going on? You know, but he's doing a great job.
Doing a great job. I just don't have that energy at 71 anymore.
Oh, yeah, but hey. Cadillac Williams, you know, those days. It seemed like the more you said Cadillac Williams, the harder Chris ran, you know. So we had, like I said, don't owe us nothing.
Don't owe us nothing. Let's call his name all night.
Oh, yeah. They pretty big, both of them.
Yeah, both of them are pretty big there, Coach.
Amite having a little trouble getting their passing game going. Seven, that big old
boy. Yeah, big old ball. We got a ball like that now, just transferred in from Vegas.
Come on. He can play?
I ain't seen him play yet. I seen him in practice. I ain't seen him in game situation, but he can run.
That's all that matters. He teach the rest.
Yeah, he can run. He got 1 class to take to finish up to be eligible. He ought to be eligible this week coming up. He transferred out of Vegas.
And they had different rules.
Yeah, they had different rules. And over here, I think he had to have some Spanish class or something they got to have, foreign language or something.
Okay. They could use the help up front.
Yeah, they can.
I saw that tonight. They look like they kind of thin up front.
They're thin up front. They're thin.
Now, we didn't have that problem a lot of times.
They're not technique sound.
Yeah.
When you're not technique sound, you can't get away with a little bit of limelight.
No, because it's Kentwood big.
Yeah.
Some are going to be big.
Big, yeah.
You know, I just hope people be patient.
Yeah.
Just give them a chance to develop. Because, like I say, when they get into their district.
That 7-8 district can be wide open for them.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. And then when you hit the playoffs, man, like I say, you got Amite gone. Who's going to be gone anyway? You got a lot of the studs gone. I mean, Manny and Chris knows how to play Manny. You already played East Feliciana. Hey, man, you know, just be patient.
They got a stud receiver over at East Feliciana.
No doubt. 6'9". Yeah. You know, that's one of my former assistants, too.
I know, Darius Matthews, my
like
golf partner.
Like a brother to me. Yeah. So, you know, and he used my thing, man. I'm going to tell you, you're going to get a football scholarship before you get a bat. And last year against Kentwood, he caught 4 touchdowns and got offers that week, you know, in football. But he was 6'6". He said he's 6'9". Now.
Yeah, that's how we got Jensen Raleigh up at Jackson State.
No doubt.
Told you ain't going to get no scholarship playing basketball.
I'll never forget Greg Lewis. Coach Greg Lewis brought him to my house and had me to talk to him about playing football and how basketball wasn't his sport.
No,
And I guess, you know, a scholarship later he realized. You know, so, and that's always good to see guys come out. You know, like I got a guy this year, basketball player, never played football since junior high. First game, he had 2 interceptions, ran 1 back for a touchdown. He got a scholarship off after the game and wasn't getting anything in basketball.
No,
and I love 2-sport athletes, 3-sport athletes. But when you're a basketball guy in our area, but this area is a football area.
Football area.
And when you're a basketball guy in our area, you on a low totem pole in basketball.
Yes.
But if you do anything on the football field in this area,
you go to the top.
You go to the top.
You ascend to the top.
You know.
But you know, I have said 2 theories I have in my thought. I could take Southeastern and make them a national power if they just get the kids that's available from around our area.
No doubt. No doubt.
And I can turn Oak Forest into a major high school with all the kids from Amite if they would get them a black head coach over there.
That ain't gonna happen.
I know it ain't gonna happen.
I ain't gonna know. I ain't gonna say that.
Because that could be a powerhouse right there.
Oh, no doubt. No doubt. And then they could get them from all over.
All over.
You know, and that's why, you know, people like, man, why you went to Mississippi? Well, unfortunately, you know, when we retire as veteran black coaches, like we don't have a private school we could go to, a Catholic school that's going to hire too many black coaches. Just call a spade a spade. Just prime example, Hank Tierney, legend. Was at Shaw. They ran him away from Shaw.
Went to Ponchatoula. Now he's back at Shaw.
And they get him $122,000 plus his retirement. You know, so we got to go double dip across state line, which is right there. I love it. I thank God for it.
A good ride up
you know,
Jack
but, you know, everybody, man, why you left Louisiana? Well, I don't have a private school I can go to and get my retirement. And, you know, when you do it after 20-some years, you want to get paid for it a little bit.
You know. Get paid. All right, babe. Tell him, come on.
It's a good play there.
Oh, yeah.
Number 5, Jerome Harris on the first down carry. Harris gets back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. Second down.
So how would I stream these games?
Huh?
How would I get to see some of these?
Talk to the man.
I won't be able to watch it on a Friday, but it's something while I'm on the
talk to the man.
Okay.
That was a big pass down there. 1:14 to go to halftime. I'm going to, Coach, I want to thank you for coming by, spending this half with me. Appreciate you.
Thanks for having me.
We'll see
Always
you
good to come back home.
It's good to have you back home. We're going to try to come up in Macomb tomorrow and visit you.
I appreciate it. Just let me know.
Okay.
All right.
And we're going to bring in the professor. The professor's going to be running for school board office here at St. Helena, and he's going to carry you the rest of the way in this first half.
All right, thank you, Smokey. I appreciate it. We have a really good game here tonight. 2 good games.
Number 6, Ashton Carroll, senior, with the interception. With that interception, it'll be first down, Warriors. There is a flag down on the play.
Good to be with you all guys tonight. My name is Dr. Fagan Davis Jr. Here broadcasting the rest of this game here tonight with Amite and Southern Lab, 2 of the best teams, defending state champions. Amite from the 2A and Southern Lab from 4, Division 4. I want to announce everyone that I'm a long-time resident here in St. Helena Parish, and I'm running for school board office in District 2. And I'd like for your vote. I have, my motto is, I know what parents want. I'm an expert in what parents want with my dissertation in education. I know what students, schools need to do, and I have the plans. So I'd like your vote here in November this year for School Board District 2. My number is 61. I'm anxious and ready to serve and represent District 2 here in St. Helena Parish on the St. Helena School District School Board. So I like your support, and I thank you in advance. So now we have 40 seconds left here in the first half with A-Meet down to Sutton Lab 6-0. Jalen, quarterback Jalen to a nice pass there. Look like that's a first down pickup. And that's going to move the chains for A-Meet Warriors. Look like they're trying to hurry up. A flag is on the play now. Look like there is a flag against the Kittens, I believe. So we're going to wait and see how they sort this out. With 23 seconds left here in the first half of the A-Meet and Southern Lab Jamboree second half game, the highlight game.
Extra point attempt is no good. Your score with 14 seconds remaining in the first period. Southern Lab 6, A-Meet 6. It's the clash of the defending state champs.
Come on, Cole! One job, son.
Hey, I told you the lawyer was going to help. Stop talking to me. I wish you guys would have him. Y'all would have us folks for him. Come on, big ass.
Get him in production. You got to wait till the intermission before you leave around. Because we missed that last touchdown.
I tell you what I do.
Just give your heads up.
Man, we just scared your son. What you talking about? That boy laying down. Hey, Fred been crying already. Leave Fred alone. You know you won't play.
Hey, that wasn't his son. That wasn't his son that laid down.
I know.
His son 22.
I know. Hey, I tell y'all what I do. I'll take him a spot tonight. Thursday night. You don't want to take everybody. I tell you what. You take it. Who y'all play? Who y'all play? I'll take something. If you bet, I'll take it. Hey. If you get out there. That was dumb. That was dumb. East and west. East and west. I ain't never seen a score east and west. That was out,
Number 6, Antonio Donahue, the senior, on the return. Flags down. Layla Person, please come to the main gate. Layla Person to the main gate. Security, please report to the back of the stadium. Security, please report to the back of the stadium.
It's just a wonderful thing for the town of Greensboro.
Yeah, they love to run the ball and like to do those little quick hit passes.
Just play your game and be the best that you could be.
This is Hawk Sports TV, and my name is James Smoking Leonard. Now we got the band directors here from St. Helena. They're going to take you through their program and what you can expect from them this week. I'm going to give over my hit sets to them and let them go with it.
How everybody doing out there tonight? This is Mr. Fry.
This is Mr. Dorsey.
And y'all already know what to expect. St. Helena Marching Band. We're going to bring that sound, that energy, and we're going to bring it every day, every game.
Most definitely.
So be on the lookout. We'll be taking on Sumner next week, and be ready because we're going to bring that smoke.
Yeah, first field show, so y'all guys be on the lookout. The little drummer Jeremiah, he's doing good. It's like now, it's been a minute, since everybody's really seen him like time out, but, he's in 3rd grade now, actually, so he actually can hang with the big boys now, so we're looking forward to him this year, so some big things coming this year.
I hope he turn out to be a better athlete than he does.
Hopefully we can keep him on our side, but I think, he's a big athlete with all 3 sports, so who knows.
We have a lot of kids in the program this year. I think we're marching up to 75, 80. So we got a nice-sized band, and we ready.
Well, that's good. That means you can make some noise. That means you all can make some noise.
Oh, yeah, we're going to make some noise. Oh, yeah. We're going to wake up everybody next week.
Tell me about the relationship you all have with the New Orleans Pelicans.
Oh, we have a great relationship with the New Orleans Pelicans, with the whole Pelican organization, also the San Antonio Spurs, the Dallas Mavericks. So we have a lot of relationship with NBA teams. They call us to come do the national anthem, primetime series with the pregame, the halftime show, and playing in the stands. So we getting a lot of publicity. A lot of people want us to perform all across the country. This year we'll be doing the All-State Sugar Bowl in New Orleans. And we also will be going to Dallas, performing for the Dallas Mavericks. So we're doing a lot of great things here with our band program in St. Helena. And we just need everybody to continue to support us, help us with our fundraising. And we're going to stay on top.
Well, good band director is just like good coaching.
Right.
When you get to the top of your game, somebody come working for you.
Right.
I mean, we like a package deal, So, when he graduated Alcorn, a year later, I graduated, and then he called me up. I came, and like I say, we just here. So, on the way right now, and the love is here. And we're gonna continue to be here as long as the love is here. So, it's really good things. Like you say, we got big things in store, and why leave a program and to rebuild again when we already established what we got here and we already running things here.
And already for me, it's a relationship with the kids, the relationship with the parents. You know,
most definitely with the parents,
the administration, like everybody on board with us. So we here for it. Like we here for a long time and a good time. You know what I'm saying? We here to build something great, and we have built something great here in St. Helena, so everybody can be proud of us.
Not to take anything from me, you also found your wife here.
Right, I also found my wife. Yes, Miss LaFaye Fry, that's my baby.
She's still working in the system here?
No, sir. She's in Baton Rouge right now. And shout out to my daughter, Chesley Fry. I know she at home running around. Shout out to her.
You got a family you want to give a shout out to?
Oh, just, I'm a newly man, so, I just got married in June, so, it's there. Oh, thank you.
I want to thank you guys coming by, spending some time with us.
Anytime.
We'll see you during the season.
Oh, most definitely.
Right, St. Helena winning.
Yes, sir.
My grandparents. Yeah. What you say? I told your wife, she gonna give me the book. Hey, look. I told her you can bring her in there. Yeah, tell the truth. Tell the truth. Go ahead. Tell me that truth. When you leave around here back there, I told your wife that I didn't even buy a she said she gonna do it. So y'all come up here and play with my hand out too. You remember which one was the big one? I don't care nothing about no hands. I care about this shit. Hey, that's good. Y'all defense can't live out with the world. I'm happy to make you see all of the board.
The Amite High School and Southern Lab High School families would like to send prayers up for Amite head coach Zephaniah Powell, who is out today due to illness. When you have a moment, send one up for Coach Powell.
I hope you be back and be with y'all. You gonna coach out too?
Hey y'all, my name is Keisha Davis and I'm a filmmaker from Louisiana, and I'm here to talk to you about my newest film, Burnt Rue. In 1960s rural Louisiana, a young black woman has only the afternoon to prepare a perfect roux, but she is thrown off track by a supernatural interruption. I've always been really fascinated by the women on my mother's side of the family, specifically because I felt like they never got the opportunity to maybe do the things that they desired to do. They more so had to take care of their family. They were alive in a time where women didn't have as many freedoms as we do now, and I feel like I'm so free today, and so for that, I just want to honor them. Amelia is this stubborn 19-year-old black woman living in the 60s, and she's seeing all these movements, and she wants to be a part of it. Amelia is preparing a roux, which is a very common Louisiana base, I guess, for dishes, which is just half flour, half fat, which is typically butter, and you stir that bad boy until it's brown enough. As she's making this roux, she's trying to prepare to leave to go join the Black women's suffrage movement, and she gets interrupted. Amelia has to make a choice. Does she stay at home and take care of the family like all the other women before her have? Or does she do something totally different that's really scary, that may not work, and that she has no blueprint for? You will be a little uncomfortable in this film because some strange things will be happening, but you will also feel a little bit of a bittersweetness. We have a beautiful location that is called the Los Isleños Museum Complex, which is this great property that preserves historical homes. So we have 100-year-old homes that kind of show you what people in Louisiana lived like 100 years ago. I am deeply inspired by all the Black female directors that have come before me. Specifically, 2 films that come to mind are Eve's Bayou and then Daughters of the Dust, and they have a really strong sense of place. And I love that about those films, and that's something that I want to bring into my film. I really want to set the world up that we're in 1960s Louisiana. So a big chunk of our budget is going to be going towards production design because this is a period piece, and we really want to make this look and feel like 1960s rural Louisiana. Costumes and hair and makeup that are all historically accurate to the 1960s. If you were to give to this glorious film, you'd be supporting a really hard-working cast and crew, travel expenses, post-production costs. Every little bit helps. $20, $200, $2,000 if you feeling generous. Okay, I'm gonna stop there. Thank you so much for your support. We cannot wait to bring Burnt Roux to you. Thank God you don't have to eat it, you just have to watch it. Sorry, I just couldn't. Okay.
It's just a wonderful thing for the town of Greensboro.
Yeah, they love to run the ball and like to do those little quick hit passes.
Just play your game and be the best that you could be.
They were cheering that water go. Hey, what the pom-poms that y'all had that water go? When we started losing, I'm like, bet my house. How about cheerleaders? They were cheering so hard, they talking about cheerleaders and all that. Man, when I was cheering, what I got to put up? Cheer, they did that to him. What I got to put up? Hey, Fred. What I got to put up against your house? Fred. What? Hell no, nigga. I've been playing 25 years. Fred. I just said y'all was so mad with him. They don't care what you talking about. I'm cheering. That's bad when I'm talking about cheering. I did. Talking about our cheering. Jackie Snake, you know I'm talking about cheering. They trying to let that fat boy down there and get rid of the cramp. He got a people, man. I'm scared to shit. That nigga had a front you up. He might have monkeypox down there. Monkeypox on the brain. No, he ain't got monkeypox. You got people 10 low parents that have monkeypox. You live there. How many years you been there? It's just a male sexually transmitted disease, so you got to understand. Some more amen. Go up like that. Come on, Jalen. Go. Hey. Camera lens. You see all that? He got numbers way up under there in the cord. Came and put it all on one man. He been running this disc. That's different. They ain't been no state championship. It's disc. That's right. They're running this thing. Hey, they ain't won a state championship 3 years in 20 years. The last 3 times they went, they got good. Last time they won. This. That. So this big one? This big one? See where my hand at? Yeah. Let's see. And then you can zoom so when you pan, can you pan it? You can circle that, make it easy. They are killing it, but they hit that right now. Oh, they're coming out. They did it before the season.
Hey, football fans, it's time for the second half of action. Southern Lamb family, are you ready? Amite Warrior family, are you ready? It's kickoff time.
That's going to be dirty and I'll spend the money. Yeah, that's what we all feel the dirty. We got to spend the money. I'm not trying to play that boy thing with the money that's going to be y'all feet. Y'all tried to burn it down, but it ain't. Oh, that looks like gold plate.
After the kickoff, it'll be 1st and 10, Southern Lab from their own 30-yard line.
Go, boy.
On the play. Number 28, Jalen Vernon, the senior. With the recovery. It's going to be 1st down, 8 from the Southern Lab, 25-yard line. Amy Boyer family, make some noise!
I can't run, Rob. That boy's cold. You ain't gonna sit right there.
Handoff on 1st down, right up the middle. It's inside the 15, down to the 11. That's going to be an Amite 1st down. Number 22 on the carry.
100 to 50. 100 to 50.
That's going to be a gain of maybe 1. 2nd down, Amite. Quarterback Jalen Robinson's pass falls incomplete in the end zone. That's going to make it 3rd and 9 for the Warriors. Southern Lab family, it's 3rd down. Make some noise for your defense. Number 22 on the carry again. This time, stopped after a short gain. Number 71, Gideon, Mighty Man Spotsville, and on the tackle, along with other Southern Lab kittens. It's 4th down for Amite. Touchdown! Robinson connects with number 10, Marcus Coney. There was a flag down on the play.
Hey, you call home, tell him, don't see. We ain't be working. We ain't doing nothing. Huh? Tell me to go to school. At home. You know you can't do nothing.
That penalty will be assessed on the kickoff. That was unsportsmanlike conduct against the Warriors. Touchdown good, extra point forthcoming.
You know y'all ain't never seen one of them.
The extra point is good.
I don't want to see no more.
Your score with 9:59 remaining. AV 13, Southern Lab 6.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, bro, I can't run. I can't run from you. Everybody go home? I'm still here. I see you coming on the high spot. I see you going that way. I'm scratching my leg, man. Don't you slip. I'm scratching my leg. I ain't going nowhere. When I leave, I'm going to let you know. Okay? I got my eyes on you. I got to kick off on 25.
After the unsportsmanlike conduct penalty, the Warriors will be kicking off from their own 25-yard line. Number 19 to kick off to Southern Lab. Number 2, Carl Williams on the return. Southern Lab will start off first and 10 from their own 43-yard line.
I'm not with you. Oh, that chin so hard, that hit hard. I don't care if it's fine. Hey, I took it up $100,000 for him. Oh, he's fine. We can go back to work. Put his job in here.
AV Warrior family, let's hear it for your cheerleaders. Hey, Southern Lab, let's hear it for your cheerleaders.
I hope y'all fine. Tonight was his first day of the other.
Officials timeout on the field.
Y'all know battle slamming is illegal. That's right. That's why we do it. Y'all know that. That's why we do it. We cheat. We cheated every day. Hey, I told you about calling games while we sitting in the stage. I told you you need to have a strike. Now don't got loud all of a sudden. Hey, you see that? Hey, now don't got loud all of a sudden. Y'all boy up there, what his name? While ago he was quiet and crisp from in the penalty. Now he done got loud. Hustle. I didn't learn this. You got the same ball we got. I don't know. Y'all may help us. Y'all got that band. That band, you gonna look for it.
As play resumes, it'll be 2nd and 9 for Southern Lab. interception. That interception return brings the ball across midfield and into Southern Lab territory, where it'll be 1st and 10, Amite Warriors. Number 22 on the carry, right up the middle. That's a pickup of 7 yards. It'll be 2nd. It'll be 2nd down after the officials' timeout.
It's just a wonderful thing for the town of Greensboro.
Yeah, they love to run the ball and like to do those other quick hit passes.
Just play your game and be the best that you could be.
Second down for the Warriors.
Like you told me. We made him turn it over.
Warrior quarterback Jalen Robinson on the quarterback keeper goes over the left side.
The zone field ain't never looked that good.
Inside the 30, up to the Southern Lab 24. That's going to be another Amite first down.
We sure gonna play some Can't They Admit when we play. You won't be paying no sponsors for
Number 22 on the carry. Stop made by number 8, Marquette Duncan, the sophomore for Southern Lab. No gain on the play. Correction, gain of 3. It's going to be second down for the Warriors.
Huh? Hey, let me see that on Facebook.
Number 4, Zaire Rogers on the carry. Rogers met by a host of kittens after a short game. Third down, Amite. It's third down. Southern Lab family makes some noise for your defense. Zaire Rogers on the carry. It's close to a first down, but is shy by about a yard. It's going to be fourth down for the Raiders. All indications is that they're going for it. Before the snap, officials timeout for the hydration break. Warriors with the run up the middle. Picking up just enough for another AB first down.
Y'all just running that boy trying to get Devontae to give y'all a field. All you gotta do is clear, man. Ain't got to no field. You can win without it. You don't have to look pretty. Hey, hold on, Rob. We got turf field. Right here. That's our field. That's our field. That's our field. Playoff every year. That's our field. That's a pretty field, bro. I'll show y'all how to go to the dome. That's our field. Y'all trails I think that's what we got field. We got field. One get down, we put the wheelbarrow, roll them out, guys. I don't see me on hook, man. You don't need your faith. You don't need.
It's not about really what you're doing. You got to know why you're doing it. We have the makings of a great team, but you got to know why you're doing what you're doing. Everything we do, you have to know your why.
applause, folks.
You gonna get that $100 against Hammer, buddy. Hey, that $100 you say, you know, whatever you say, you gonna get that against Hammer. Don't you think I'm gonna let you get off with it? Where y'all play here? Y'all 3 against Bogalusa? We going watch Hammer tomorrow, so we see. Where y'all play Hammer? It ain't me or Hammer? In Hammer. We bet. We bet. And the 3 against Bogalusa? Huh? And the 3 against Bogalusa? Hey, no. Y'all ain't gonna be stirred. Y'all ain't know up there. We're talking about 10. No one ain't want to play still. We still get to play still. $100 bet against Hammer, huh? We'll see. You know me and you, we ain't got to put it up. We'll see. We'll see now.
Number 22 on the carry. Right up the middle.
Larry, y'all gonna be let Mary Park, but y'all go to Mary Park and they come to y'all. Mary Park. Funky day. Go to there. We gonna beat them too. That's another 100, 200.
Pick up 3 yards. It'll be 2nd and 7 for Amite.
Yeah, people beat y'all with 23
Right now at 4:57. Will Southern Lab hold? Will Amite go up another touchdown? Let's find out right now.
Hey, what number that was?
Number 22 on the carry over the left side.
Hey. What number
It's
that was?
inside the 5, down to the 2. That's going to be another Warrior first down. First and goal, Amite. Timeout called by the Warriors. The organizers of the Best Jamboree would like to thank our title sponsor, Marks Electric Incorporated. Thank you, Marks Electric Incorporated, for being the title sponsor for this year's season opening game. When you have any electrical needs, whether it be generators, whether it be new connections, please contact Marks Electric Incorporated.
It's just practice game, go ahead and get it up. What's on we had 10 great on the ball. You can't talk. Face up. Let's go some flags. Somebody tell all these big leagues. Somebody tell all these big leagues stuff don't go to high school. Big league stuff don't go to high school. Hey, what's this y'all?
Number 22 on the carry. It's close, but not into the end zone. Pickup of maybe a yard. It's going to be 2nd and goal for the Warriors. sneak into the end zone for 6.
Hey, Fred. We're talking about it. And like a wide coach, you gotta go home.
For the snap, false start against the Warriors. That'll back them up 5 yards. Retry, extra point.
You got fro. What no game going on? What game was going on? Man, you was fro. You was fro that time. Hey, the Spurs nigga, you got something wrong with it. You got egg. Hey, you don't want to anymore. Hey, man.
The extra point attempt is no good. Your score with just under 3 minutes remaining in today's game. Amite 19, Southern Lab 6.
I'm gonna tell you something, bro. You might put a change your mind. I'm gonna give y'all 1 chance. Come on. I got 3 spots on my band. The only chance y'all gonna get, you know what? You want one, tell me? You want one? You want one? You want one? Yeah. I got 2, Fred. You probably ain't talking to you. You talking to me. You the only one crazy. You ain't talking to me. You said, yeah, Fred, keep me here. I'll take you home. You won't be a warrior. I'll take you home. Don't worry about Fred. Now you gotta change your mind. You don't feel up here anyway, huh, Rob? He's sick, huh, Rob?
The kickoff is returned across the 40, up to about the 42-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10, Southern Lab. The Southern Lab 1st down pass is incomplete. Number 6, Antonio Donahue, the senior, the intended receiver. 2nd and 10, Southern Lab. Number 10, Ian James on the quarterback keeper. No gain on the play. 2:23 remaining. midfield. That's enough for Southern Lab. First down.
We're all on that clock.
Come on, Lab.
Y'all did hold on too. That's all right, Chris. Just did. Better than not doing it. Did you say something? Why the clock ain't running? The ball been turned over. The play clock we're talking about. All right, come back. Hey, Rob. Catch y'all later, fellas. Hey, Larry.
Quarterback Hill in the victory formation.
Bad replay, I still think we can play with y'all. Bad replay, I still think we're going to play y'all. Yeah, you're going to play with us. I'm going to play with y'all. Yeah, you going to play. Bad replay, I still think we're going to be able to play with y'all.
At this time, on behalf of Amite High School Athletic Director Coach Pierre, the organizing committee of the Best of the Best Jamboree, and the coaches and staff of St. Helena High School, we'd like to thank everyone for coming out to support your teams. St. Helena, Kentwood, Amite, and Southern Lab, thank you all for coming out to the first football game of the year. We want to wish both teams good luck throughout this season, and Amite has gotten revenge on Southern Lab for last year's loss. Let's see if Amite and Southern Lab will once again reign supreme in their Louisiana classes. Ladies and gentlemen, please have a safe trip home and make sure that you support